Hi guys. Okay, I have kind of funny light. I'm gonna look naked. Okay. I'm going to teach you the actual first steps to straightening out your digestive system, internally and externally, meaning the mindset work and the physical steps that you need to put into place if you want to have the easiest time, hi Kathy, with this process, because it will work for you. So if you do what I'm telling you today, you will make progress for sure. It's actually like the first steps that I teach in my course. Okay, so say hi if you are here. Let me know how you are feeling and doing. If you have any questions about your body, your health, digestive system, throw them right in. I'm just gonna share this into my Food Rebels group. Oh my gosh. I wonder if there's something going on with the Wi-Fi. Not mine, but there's someone that I follow is going live like 45 times in a row. Seems like she is having problems. Okay. Here we go. So you guys, it's been like, hi Winnie, you're welcome. Let me know what's going on with you, Winnie, and I can help you out, okay? So it's really fun when you guys catch me live. I hope you guys know you can ask me whatever, coaching, free coaching, I'm on live, you know. It's like the sun today is going in and out of the clouds, and I literally ran on my treadmill in my basement because I thought it was gonna rain, and evidently it didn't, and it's been like sunny, and it makes me so annoyed because I love being outside. But I'm gonna do this training, and then if it's still nice out, I'll take the baby out on a walk and get even more fresh air and exercise. Okay, so I think we're good to go. So yeah, so let me know if you guys have questions. Share this video if you want to, if you have friends that you know have digestive issues or inflammatory issues or body things, like everyone eats, right? So this is what's really important to like getting off to the right start at the beginning of your changing your body. I don't want to say like healing journey. It sounds kind of like difficult. It's not difficult. It's just, it is an understanding of how this all fits together and works. Several autoimmune disorders with thyroid and other health issues. Okay, right, you're in the right place. Okay, so I need you guys to understand this. First of all, that if you want to change your body and change your health the right way, meaning a lasting way that will allow you to continue to stay healthy and get better and better results in your body, because there is no limit, we're ever expanding. Can you do a personal call? Well, I do offer a couple options for private coaching, so you can send me a PM if you want. And if you're interested in my full process for healing the gut, which you need to heal the gut if you are working on your thyroid, it's because it's the first critical piece. I don't know if you've been following me for a while or whatever, but it really is necessary to get this fundamental energy center going with ease so that everything else can have ease. And so that's what we're going to be doing in my course, Trust Your Gut. So that's another option for you as well. So that doesn't come with like private coaching calls with me, but it comes with group access to me and group coaching calls. So depending on what state of health you're in, if you're interested in that, that's an option too. Okay, I'll put that in. Actually, thanks for asking me. I'll just put that in now so that in case anyone wants to know. Don't leave though, because I haven't taught you anything yet, except that the gut is the most important, right? So what I was trying to say is, hold on here. Also, did you guys see that I put over a year? Oh, good, I'm glad. I put a new tab on my, I can't talk. It seems like I can't talk and do this at the same time. Okay, there we go. Trust your gut. So I put a new tab at the top of my website. I think my delivery guy's here. Today, this morning, that's just recipes. So if you guys like follow my plant-based cooking and recipes, I noticed that, like, yes, they're in my blog, but I also blog about all other kinds of things, right? Like mindset and digestion and fertility and like believing in yourself and all that stuff. And so they were kind of hard to find, and I really want you guys to be able to find the recipes easier. So I made a separate tab, just it says recipes, and then it features like the first 4 most recent, I think, and then there are categories like main dishes, breakfast, smoothies, sides, desserts, which there's not that many of those, but anyways, they're all linked for you so you can see them a lot quicker now. Okay, I'm gonna pin this. Okay, there we go. All right, so what I need you guys to understand, and give me some hearts if you get this, that when it comes to a permanent, lasting, long-term change for your body and health, ultimately, you've got to do it the right way, which means you have to look at it from the inside and the outside perspectives. What I mean by that is we can't neglect things that include the way that we feel about food, the way that we look at food, the beliefs we hold about food, the stories that we're currently telling about our own health, our own bodies, what's possible for our bodies, etc., etc. I'm going to go into this. And then we also can't ignore food. We can't ignore the fact that what we eat really matters, that food is medicine, right? And that it will have a huge impact on our health and longevity, that we as humans are given foods that are grown naturally to help us to thrive in the most easy way. And it doesn't mean that you can't eat other things, but it does mean that it really counts, and we need to understand food on all layers, and we need to understand our interactions with food, meaning like how our beliefs affect the food, how the food affects our body, and it's just all connected. So my approach in the way that I teach and coach is to tie them together so that you thoroughly understand where within your own health and life and body you could be experiencing like resistance to full potential for healing and body transformation, for whatever that means to you. If that means like losing weight, if that means more energy, if that means like not having a diagnosis, if that means having a baby, you know, whatever it means, like eating without being bloated. And I'd love to hear what you guys' ultimate goals are so I can kind of like get a little bit more of a handle on it. So I know I heard thyroid, but anything else you want to share specifically, that's cool too, okay? But we just need to understand that it's more than just what we eat, and this is really what I think a lot of people have to hear and have to learn so that they can break through. More than just like I'm doing everything right with my food. There's more to the picture, right? And there's more to food. There's more to it than, well, I'm eating a salad, you know, like, isn't that good enough? And, you know, food isn't meant to be so difficult, but it just really does play a big part of the picture, especially when I'm talking to you guys in the boat of, I need to heal my digestive system. I know something is off, and I know that food counts, okay? All right, so which side should we start with? Okay, let's just go with the internal part of this first. So the very first things that you need to start to look at when you want to heal your gut, heal your body, move into full potential for health, is you need to start to see and look at what you currently think and believe about food, your body, and health, okay? So let's just look at food, for example. So I call this rewriting your food story. So I kind of came up with this years ago when I was doing like a sugar detox or whatever for people. And, you know, like if somebody has an addiction to sugar, which I don't say that about yourself because then you'll just keep, you know, creating it. But you're telling a story that like you really like sugar, you can't stop eating sugar, it's hard to stop eating sugar. So your food story is going to be comprised of like things that you learned growing up, and definitely will be influenced by where you grew up, what country you grew up, the culture you grew up in, even like traditions you grew up in, like your parents, totally, whoever raised you. So what you can do is get your journal out or a computer and like open a new tab in a Google Doc or something and write out, what is my current food story? Which means, what is the story right now that I tell around foods, like the foods that I eat. You could even start with like, okay, these are the foods that I believe are safe, or these are the foods that I believe are healthy. These are the foods that I believe are good. When I eat like this, this happens, okay? So all of those little pieces are parts of your food story. You know, like, so here, let me give you an example. When I was younger, so let's just say if I was like 10 years old and someone said to me like, Jody, what's your food story? I would be like, well, you know, I like to eat cereal for breakfast. I like to eat Cheerios and skim milk, and I put sugar on it. And, you know, I take my lunch to school and I'll have, you know, carrot sticks, but I also will have Twinkies. And, you know, I like sugar cereal, but my mom won't buy it because she thinks it's too much sugar, but my grandma buys it, so I have it there. You know what I mean? So in my original food story, and I would be like, well, healthy dinner is like goulash and peas, or a burger and potatoes. On Sundays, we eat potatoes and cream corn and a pot roast. So like, you can see that like in that story, in my little girl frame of mind, I didn't think of food as like a healing or not healing. I didn't think of food as really right or wrong, which is kind of freeing, isn't it? So I didn't have so many judgments on food other than I want it and I'm either allowed to have it or I'm not allowed to have it, right? You know, I was just like, this is what it is. Like, this is what we do. This is how people eat. There were little things and nuances in my original story, and still like pudding makes me gag. Like, I don't like soft textures, you know, peanut butter and jelly is gross. Like, I've never liked that. But see, that's just me. So my story looked very different than even other kids in my school or my sisters. So you want to think about everything in the now that you are telling is true about food. Because if you believe that it is this way, that it is true for you right now, and your body has no choice but to perform that truth for you. Because when you know something, it's certain. When you know something, it's a solid belief that you've thought enough times or read about on a blog or heard people live stream about or researched on your own or learned from your mother, that that's the way that it is for your body. And it's powerful, and it's so powerful that if you ignore it, you could go into any healthy protocol and bump into something that goes against like a core belief that you hold, and then that healing component, even though the body might respond to it in a certain way, your body couldn't, because you have a more powerful belief and knowing of something otherwise. Does that make sense? So like, even for example, let's say somebody like wanted to lose weight and they were a vegan, but everyone in their neighborhood was doing the keto diet. You know, like if they did the keto diet, they would have like really bad reactions, or they wouldn't lose weight, they wouldn't get results, because they don't like that, they don't believe in that. They'd be like, oh my God, no. So it might not seem like a really strong oh my God, no to a certain food, but you do need to be aware, because awareness is everything. So if you start to look at, what do I believe right now? What things do I know to be true? Don't judge yourself like, I think this is right. Like, no, it doesn't matter. You can't get this wrong. It has to be your own truth. Does this make sense, you guys? So like, throw out a couple things that you believe are true about food. Like, I can give you some more of my current ones. Like, smoothies with mostly made of fruit are the most healing. Like, that's what I believe. And I teach on this, right? And I break it down to show you, like, everything I'm teaching is like science-based, you know, it's science and energy. So, like, a lot of people don't believe in that right now. Like, most people I know are like, oh my God, keto, and I'm gonna put water with the gross tasting protein powder made of whey, and that's healthy, you know? And like, for me, I'd be like, ugh, no, like, don't consume whey. Like, that's a trigger food, you know what I mean? So it really just depends. And like, perhaps they don't have gut issues and don't need to heal their gut, although it's a trigger food, so whatever. But do you see like how you really need to be aware of your own beliefs? So write out, what is my food story? What is the story that I'm currently telling about food? Everything from, I believe that these are the foods that are the best. These are the healing foods. And then go into your health and your body. Like, what do you know for sure about health? What do you know for sure about your body? Like, I've had people say to me, you just seem to really believe what you say. And I'm like, well, yes, I do. Like, I do believe what I say. Otherwise, I couldn't be up here showing you guys stuff. And oh my gosh, I have coconut oil on my arms because I was in my sauna after I worked out, and I looked at my counter over there. I'm like, why is that so slimy? But that my arms are like slipping and sliding from the oil. But anyways, so I've had people say to me, like, you just seem like you're so sure about the things you say about the body and health and food and healing. And well, I am sure, I'm damn sure. And that's why I'm trying to portray and show you guys is you can be certain too. And it's okay if you aren't right now, but you probably aren't right now solid in all of your beliefs and your faith in food and your faith in your own body healing and your faith in the way that it does actually work, right? Because if you were, the body would respond differently because, like I said, when you know something, you know it, you know it, you know it, and it shows up and it is your truth. So, like, I know that the way that I eat is healthy. I know that the way that I eat is good for my digestive system. I know that I have a healthy digestive system. I know that it always works for me. Do you know what I mean? So that's the first part. You really need to dig in and then look at every single thing that you wrote about what you know to be your story about food, but also like, what do I believe about health? Like, what do I believe about healing? I know some people can heal. Like, maybe you'll write, like, I know some people heal their thyroid. I know some people heal their gut. I know that other people, blah, blah, blah. But do you believe that you can? Or do you believe there's some mystery missing link out there that you need to uncover first, you know? So it'll just help to open your eyes on, like, perhaps where you're feeling like blocked or where there's a gap in the process that needs to happen and the faith that needs to be more solid in order for your body to be able to actually respond for you in the way that you want it to. Because when you can, like, understand this, like, this huge critical component that your beliefs matter and your beliefs and what you know to be true will be true for you, then the food becomes so much easier, right? When you can tell the food basically what to do based on your belief. Do you guys get this? So, you know, like, I eat lots of fruit, right? Like, I will eat bowls full of grapes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love grapes. Grapes are so good. Grapes are such good glucose. It's saturating my cells. It's saturating my brain. Give me more grapes. I love grapes. Grapes make me feel like I have, like, there's a part of their spiritual transfer of energy is like they come in clusters, right? Like, so it's like friends, like support. So I know all these little things about the food. And so that's cool, right? And so it's all good for my body. But someone else would be like, whoa, dude, you're eating like a lot of fruit and that's a lot of sugar. And their body would be like, whoa, this is too much sugar. And this is real, okay? So look at that. Look at, what do you believe about your potential for health and healing and your body, right? Like, do you know for sure that you can heal your thyroid? Do you know for sure that you can heal your adrenal fatigue? Do you know for sure that you can have an easy, healthy flowy digestive system that always works for you no matter what you eat. Question everything that you wrote. Is this true? Is this the way that I want it to be? And then from there, start to script a new story. And this is such a powerful exercise, you guys, that if you started to do this every day, you would see phenomenal results. And I did it, and it worked. So I still do it in other areas of life where every morning you like tell the story the way that you want it to be, because your body right now is just showing you the story that you're currently telling you. That's what it is. Like, there's no way around it. So if your body right now is tired and sluggish and low energy, carrying extra weight, it's because that's the story you're telling. And yes, there are things to do, and yes, there are beliefs to examine, and yes, there are the way that food works for you that you want to examine and to shift and change and edit your diet. And just like a deeper level of understanding how all of this fits together is really what makes the faith component a lot easier, okay? So, but that is the very first part of all of this, is looking at the food story, the health story, the body story, and then choosing what you want to believe or not and writing it the way that you do want it to be, okay? Because you can choose to tell whatever story you want. So I choose to tell the story that I wake up feeling light and energetic every morning. My cells are so happily hydrated. They jump for joy with the foods that I eat. My body loves the foods that I eat, and I love the foods that I eat, and my body takes all the foods that I eat and does only good with them and no harm, and easily eliminates any kind of toxins that I'm knowingly or unknowingly exposed to. So like, these are things that I actually believe, and so therefore my body actually does. I'm gonna take a drink of water. Okay, that's better. Get my voice back. Hi, Angel. Angel, we need to set a date to have lunch or dinner. Okay, I'm gonna write that down, hold on. I remember you were going to see Dina in California. Text Angel. Okay, I will text you, or I'll send you a Facebook message, okay? All right, so what was I saying? So yes, like that is the very first part of the process, the course. So like, we're literally gonna be doing this in the course in Trust Your Gut, okay? And I recommend doing it for any area of your life that you're telling a story you don't like and you have a new one you'd rather have be real, okay? So now let's go into the very first practical components to healing your gut or to changing your body in the easiest fashion from the inside out in an organic, authentic way that will make it basically it's just the easiest thing to do to allow the body to take over and do its thing, okay? Because do you guys get that you aren't actually like, you are cooperating with your body to allow it to heal. You aren't like responsible for all of this, because I think, not because I think, but you aren't. You just aren't. And a lot of times we feel that we are, which is why we try to be perfect with the way that we eat, and we question everything about the way that we eat, because we feel that if we don't do that exactly right, that we won't get a result, that we won't get an outcome, that we won't change, that we won't heal, that we won't find our energy, that we won't clear our skin up or lose this weight. So it's not all on you, okay? Remember, you are part physical, but not all physical. You're a soul in a body. You're still more non-physical than physical. And if we don't remember that, if we don't see our mental body, our emotional body, our spiritual body with the physical body, then it's so hard. And we feel like, oh my God, why is this such like uphill work to heal? Well, it's because we're just trying to do it all in the physical plane, and that's actually the slowest possible way ever, okay? So if you want to have amazing results and miraculous results, like where do you think miracles come from? It's not because somebody did a perfect job with their food. That's not what happens. Like, and in fact, most often these miracles have nothing to do with food. You know, like it's what it is it's an adding up of energy, as everything is. So I think like a shift in a perspective, like A Course in Miracles teaches, like a shift in perspective from fear to love is a miracle. It's called a holy instant. So what we're doing when we're transforming our body and transforming our health is moving the energy and moving the energy and moving the energy. Some people have been doing that, and then it like flips and it goes straight into like what we call a miracle. And sometimes we just like add it up and it spills over from the tipping point and then we heal, okay? So it doesn't matter, like we're still all doing the same things. But we forget that we're not the only ones like doing this on our own, and we're not the ones that are like, it's all on you to like fix your gut, fix your thyroid. So you have to just remember, like, you have source energy connected to your cells, and that's a very major, powerful part of this, okay? And that's why we need to look at your beliefs as well. But with the practical part, with your food, so you have to see that when you want to heal the fastest, what you do is you take out every single food that creates a slow down factor or a slow down effect in the body, okay? And those foods are not that difficult to know. I'm going to tell you what they are, okay? And you don't need a food sensitivity test or something like that, because these are the ones across the board that are the problems, and not like, you know, some apple you ate or something, okay? It's these foods that feed the issues within the body that are at the root of the diseases, the stuck energies in the physical. So when we take those out, automatically the body starts working better, okay? So let me just list these off, because we've talked about some of them before, but I don't think we've ever gone through the whole entire list. Okay, so I'm gonna write them down as we go, just because I wanna make sure. Okay, so number one, and you guys will probably be like, yeah, I know, dairy, gluten, and wheat. So remember, gluten is in wheat, but gluten is also in barley, wheat, and rye. So if you were on the physical food plane looking at how do I change my body the fastest, it's also taking out gluten, okay? So wheat for sure, but also barley, wheat, and rye, okay? Number 3, eggs. Number 4, pork. Number 5, MSG. 6, natural flavors, which is hidden in a lot of even health foods. Number 7, farmed fish. Number 8, sugar. Number 9, artificial sugar. Let's see. Dairy, gluten, wheat, eggs, pork, MSG, farmed fish. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. Hold on, let me pull up my PDF. I think that's it, you guys. If there's anything else, I'll post it in the comments. Oh, canola oil. And then anything like food dyes, additives, preservatives, and, you know, like binders, fillers, those kind of things. So what's left? Okay, so what's left is well-sourced protein, fruits, vegetables, herbs, nuts, seeds, and then gluten-free grains, okay? But even within that, there is just this whole way that all of those foods work within you and in your body to either be easier or harder, slower or faster, to get the body to respond to them in all different ways, okay? So then that's really what we're doing in the first phase of Trust Your Gut. So it's like understanding and more deeply working through with me helping you, because I'm coaching you through it, like everything that we just talked about as far as like shifting the food story and what you believe you can achieve, and then the food portion. So these are the ones that we all should just take out if we're not feeling good, if we're not feeling well, if our bodies aren't working. That's the list, okay? So even if that's all you ever do, like just know that's still doing a really good thing. Eating more plants, right? More fruits and vegetables. But what we're gonna do in this course is like really look at you and your body in whatever state that it's in right now, because it's in like a sensitive state. It's in a form where you aren't completely trusting it, right? Because it's not showing up the way that you want. And it's not fully trusting you. So you have this relationship with your body and your cells where like your body can be like not afraid of you, but like it can be like, I'm not sure what's coming, you know, because you're the one putting in the things. So it's like developing that trust again for you, for your body for you, you with food, foods with you, all of it wrapped up together in this little package of what do I do with this? Where do I start? What am I gonna eat right now so that my body has the easiest time? That's what we're doing at the beginning. The easiest time with the foods that we're going to put in so that the body plays catch up, because remember, like it's doing the healing. It's doing the work. Your body has the ability to make any kind of chemical needed, any part of your healing process needed and necessary. And foods play a huge role because your body extracts different pieces and nutrients from the foods that you put in. So what I did in this beginning part of the course is to pull from the foods that, are really easy for the body, really easy for the gut, that contain those things that I know are helpful, the most easy for letting the gut respond and letting the body sigh of relief and letting everything start to click in. So, and then we go into all these other parts, right? So I was writing down kind of like the way that it's gonna be dropped out and the way that it's gonna be released. So there's already like 6 lessons that I did from a previous run of this, but this is different and upgraded and new. And so I'm gonna be like in the group a lot more in the first 10 days. So it's a 4-week course. But we're going to be talking again about clearing your old food story, identifying the parts of your story that aren't allowing you to shift, change, and heal, the omission of the food. So all of these things in the no list, and also the omission of the voices in your head and the mindset that will want to like relapse into the old pattern that says like, this isn't working, this doesn't, you know, like, it's not working for me or whatever. Like that's not true, but it's making it true because that's like your belief pattern right now. So it's like, how do we, wow, it's getting dark. I think it's gonna thunder and rain. How do we work through that? So we're like taking away those foods, but then we've got to also really challenge the voices, the story that will want to flare back up. And it's funny because the flare-ups that come with the voices in the head and the old thought pattern and the old belief patterns, that also is linked to like what shows up with the what we call signs of detox, right? Like when you start to make a change from like a place of I'm doing this, like it's done, then you're ruffling feathers like within the pattern that you have previously created it within the body, okay? So the body's used to you eating in a certain way, even if that certain way has, you know, sugar in it, or even if that certain way has gluten in it, you know, or even if you eat for a while in a certain way, but then you fall back into a pattern, it's like you're just not getting there because you're not doing it and maintaining it for long enough that the body can totally get there, okay? And it has to be able to get there. So then we're working through like the flares, the detox symptoms, the I call it troubleshooting, where like I help you identify what your body is doing and saying in response to like all these changes that we're making. We have the catch-up phase, so where we're still putting in the lowest energy required foods plus highly activated healing foods, and then catching up your expectations for health, healing, and changing your body. And then we amp it up. So there's a second phase to the food plan where we keep, of course, like the main component's always high frequency foods. And then what I call low cost energy foods, meaning we're still not giving the body tons of work, but we're expanding the diet so you can start to be more and more familiar with what it looks like to have more freedom with the way that you eat and not feel like you're on an elimination diet for the rest of your life. Like, because my intention for you guys that when you join this is you get it, you're like, oh my God, why did no one ever tell me this before, how all of this was working and fitting together. I see what the problems were, and I can see what I have been needing to be doing, and now I'm doing it, right? And it's making sense, and like it's doing it for as long as you need to do it to get where you want to be. Also knowing like you don't hold on to the story of I have health problems or I have gut problems or I have weight problems or any of that. Like you go beyond that. Once you like dig in and you get underneath like what's going on with the food, what's going on with my mind, what's going on with the body, you move through it with complete understanding. But then you have to keep moving forward, right? And get rid of the old identity that told you like, this is the thing that I deal with. This is a thing that I've been dealing with for years or for whatever. And you break up with it. Like you've got to actually, if you want to heal, because you can't, do you see this? Like you can't have like perfectly good health, energy, body of your dreams when you still have in your mind that you have a thyroid problem or that you have gut problems, you have adrenal problems, you know what I mean? So this is where I see a lot of people still sticking where they fall back into a pattern of like, I need to go, like I need another test. I need some more labs. I need this or that. Like you have to like get away from that enough to be like, no, I'm a healthy person. Like I don't identify with that anymore. Okay. It is so dark. Oh, it's raining. Gosh, I guess it's good I didn't go outside, right guys? So there's just so much to it, and I'm so excited about this course. So if you feel called at all to really understand your body from this perspective of energy, looking at the physical, looking at food, looking at your beliefs and your mindset, all these things that you believe and your expectations for what's possible, then go to that link or send me a message. If you have questions, if you're wondering if it's a fit for you or whatnot, but there's lots of details on the sales page, and it's a $997 course, super affordable, and there's a payment plan. So this literally will change your body and the way that you look at food forever. So please let me know if you have questions, and I'm gonna go because it's so dark and I look like a ghost. Okay, bye guys, see you soon.